Righty, so let's get started here. What I wanted to talk to you guys today about is basically my top 10 favorite foods for gaining lean muscle and leaning out. And then also I wanted to give you guys some good tips on basically 6 dieting tips that are going to help you speed up your metabolism and also burn fat a little quicker and gain muscle as well. So um, what I wanted to start out with is kind of getting into your minds individually a little bit and figuring out what foods you're eating. So go ahead and type in the chat and just let me know what kind of foods you're eating right now and how you're doing with your fitness progress. So go ahead and write in the chat box there. Kevin, you want to go first? Michael, what's going on, man? Look like I have a bra on when I do that. All right, we're getting quite a few people here. Maybe we should do this a little differently. I'm just going to go ahead and start off. So I would say that my number one pick for foods that I eat when I'm leaning out and trying to gain some lean muscle is boneless, skinless chicken breasts. The reason why is chicken without the skin, without any fat on there, is one of the leanest sources of protein you can get. And it tastes great. It's easy to cook. You can either grill it on like a George Foreman grill, or I like to bake it. And what you do is you'll stick it in the oven for about 25 minutes, preheat it for 340 degrees. And I'll put some like mushrooms and spices on there. And yeah, I mean, you can buy one of those big packs of chicken and then you have it for like 3 days and you can just munch on that for snacks. You can put it in Tupperware and bring it to work or school with you. Chicken is a great source of protein, and I always recommend that you have protein with every meal, pretty much. Even with your snacks, you can have some of my favorite snacks are hard-boiled eggs, almonds, any kind of nuts that are high in protein and good natural fats are very good for you. And as long as you don't eat too much, the kind of rule of thumb that I follow for that is basically think of it as if you're out in the wilderness by yourself and you have to gather those nuts by yourself and you have to pick them up, crack them, all that stuff. So you're only going to want to eat about a handful of nuts, maybe once or twice a day. If you go over that, nuts do have a lot of fats in them, and so what's going to happen is you're gonna gain a little weight from those natural fats, and they're not bad fats per se. They're pretty healthy fats, but just like anything, you want to have a balanced diet, and you don't want to eat too much of any one thing. So. Um, we kind of went over a little bit about snacks. I want to leave that for a bit later. But number one, favorite foods for losing weight and leaning out is chicken breast, boneless, skinless chicken breast. So go ahead and write that down in your notes, whatever you want to do. Um, Now, number two, and some people often disagree with me on this one, but every once in a while you're going to get sick of chicken. And so what I like to eat is, I mean, some people don't like to eat fish, it makes them sick or whatever, but I really like to eat salmon. And then if you can't afford salmon, I like to eat tuna at least once or twice a week. That way it kind of switches up your diet a little bit. You don't get sick of the chicken breast. And just like the chicken, both salmon and tuna. Salmon's a little better. They're full of protein and good natural omegas and fats that are going to help your skin out. They're going to help you gain muscle and also lean out again. So number 2, and tilapia, yeah. Barack says tilapia. Tilapia is a little cheaper too, so for those of you who can't afford salmon, then tilapia or tuna is definitely the way to go. All those fishes are just really good, high in protein. They're going to make you really lean out and lose some weight. So whenever you're eating protein, you got to remember that the more muscle that you build, the more lean muscle you build, the more that you're going to speed up your metabolism because muscle takes more energy and burns more calories when you're working out than fat does. And so the more muscle you have, the faster it is to burn fat. So when you're working out, doing cardio, or lifting weights, I always recommend those people who are sitting there on the cardio machine every single day, not switching it up, and not they kind of wonder why they're not losing weight at all, and it's because they're not incorporating strength training into their regimen. And what they're doing is they're not only burning fat when they're doing the treadmill and elliptical trainer and all that, but they're burning muscle as well. And what happens is when you burn muscle as well as fat, you just keep losing more and more muscle, which slows your metabolism down. So what I recommend everyone to do in their workout programs is do strength training at least half, or I would say 60% of the time when you're working out. And then when you do cardio, make sure you do a little strength training before your cardio. That way it puts your body into a different state. It's kind of more like an anabolic state, and you're going to burn more fat when you're doing the cardio, and your muscles are going to be all pumped up and basically burning more calories per minute than you would if you just started out fresh doing cardio in the morning. So it's very important when you're working out. Strength training, eating right, and also doing cardio, but do cardio after your strength training. So does that make sense, guys? Let's see. Welcome everyone on the call. Looks like we got 10 people. So see some new faces here, so welcome. Anyone who doesn't have their name in there, please just put your name in. I can't tell who you are when it says like guest FJPH4H. So put in your names there. So we've gone over two favorite foods for building muscle and leaning out so far. Number 1, chicken breast, boneless, skinless chicken breast. Number 2 is fishes like salmon, tilapia, and tuna. Number 3, I really like lean steak. Make sure you don't get any fatty bits, but lean steak does have quite a bit more fat than boneless, skinless chicken breast, but it's also got a lot of lean protein. So I don't recommend steak for people who aren't working out, but for those of you who are doing strength training and really like lifting a lot of weight, steak is a great source of protein, and you get some fats from it, but just make sure it's like a really lean steak, and that's going to be like my third favorite choice for building muscle and losing weight, burning fat, speeding up your metabolism. Let's move on to probably my fourth favorite food is going to be eggs, egg whites. Usually what I do is in the morning time, I'll drink my V-shaped shakes, and then I'll also have a couple egg whites that I throw in with the shake. It makes it like a really creamy, nice texture, and then it also gives you that added source of protein. The V-shaped shakes have 12 grams of protein, and then the eggs add that extra little bit that I need to get going in the morning and start my workout. And then also sometimes I'll have, instead of throwing it in with my shake, I'll put 4 egg whites into a scramble, and then I'll put 2 whole eggs with the yolks in there. A lot of people don't like putting yolks in there, but I can't stand just eggs white. egg whites by themselves. And the yolk, if you're working out, um, they do have some good nutrients in them and some good sources of protein. So um, I can't eat all egg whites by themselves. It just grosses me out, and it tastes really plain and nasty. So what are your guys' thoughts on that? Do you like egg whites or do you like full eggs? Go ahead and chat in there. Full eggs here. Full eggs for me. Full eggs, full eggs, full eggs. Yeah. So you guys are the same as me, but what you need to remember is if you are eating full eggs, just say you eat 6 full eggs, you're getting a lot of cholesterol from those yolks. So what I do is I'll just separate a few of them. Maybe, say if you're doing 6 eggs in an omelet, just do half of those egg whites only, and then do half full eggs, and it'll make it a little more healthy, less cholesterol, and then you're gonna have those added uh, taste benefits of the yolks, you know. Also, I mean, I like yolks for nutritional value too. You just can't overdo it. Like I said with the nuts, you got to have a nice stable diet for everything. Sorry about that, guys. Not sure what happened. Like I say, technology is not perfect. Oh, am I here still? All right, I'm back. Yeah, sorry about that. Sometimes I hate computers. They really tick me off. I was having some trouble the other day doing a webinar and it just was not cooperating with me. And I'm up in South Lake Tahoe up in the mountains, so sometimes the internet's not that great. So apologize about that. If it ever happens and you get booted off too, just go ahead and refresh your page and then that way you'll be back online there. So um, must be an Apple. No, it's a PC actually, but it's like pretty old. I've had it for about 4 years and it hasn't broken on me yet. So um, until it breaks, I'm just gonna keep it rolling, and then I'll get a new one. So let's move on to we just went over eggs. Why I like those. Let's move on to one of my favorite snacks, as I went over earlier, is nuts like almonds, cashews. Um, they're great sources of protein, especially for those of you who there's a lot of people out there who are vegetarians, and they also won't eat meat, any kind of fish or anything like that as well. They won't eat eggs, so it's very hard for them to get sources of protein, and nuts are a great way to do that. One thing that you do have to watch out for, though, like I said before, is you can't eat too many nuts because they do contain a lot of healthy fats, which will in return make you fat if you're having like a full bag of nuts a day. You just got to moderate yourself with nuts. But what I have is I'll keep like a bag of almonds. Those blue ribbon almonds are really good. You can buy them at Costco and stuff. Keep those in your car, and whenever you don't have a chance to get a healthy snack in, just have that in your car so you can grab like a few almonds and munch on those, and those are going to give you that extra added protein that you want in your diet. And what you guys need to remember is if you're trying to lose weight or even lean out, you have to eat frequently throughout the day. Instead of having 3 main meals a day, it's going to slow your metabolism down quite a bit, and it's going to leave that last layer of fat over your abs that you can never seem to get rid of. So the thing to do is eat about 6 meals a day, and I'm not talking about 6 huge meals a day. I'm talking still eat your 3 main healthy meals, but then add 3 snacks throughout the day. So what that's going to do is it's going to speed up your metabolism, and especially if you're adding protein in with those snacks, if you're like I say, nuts, eggs, stuff like that, you're going to actually be building muscle and speeding up your metabolism that way. So they work really great. 18 whole raw almonds. about 100 calories. Yeah, yeah. See, doctor recommended, and Brad Scott recommended. So nuts are good. Just make sure you're always eating protein. I recommend it with every single meal. It's really going to help lean you out. Um, Now let's talk about some carbs that pretty much the only carbs I like to eat. Um, you do need carbs for energy when you're working out hard. So a lot of people ask me, well, what do I eat? Do I eat pasta? Do I eat bread? Do I eat rice? What do I eat? So my favorite carbs when I'm leaning out is going to be brown rice. And the reason is for brown rice is white rice, basically it has the skin stripped off of it. There's no nutritional value in it, and there's no fiber really either. There's no skin on there, and so it just kind of gets stored in your stomach, and it's really going to make you bloated. So if you eat a lot of brown rice, it goes through your system faster, and they're good, healthy carbs. They're going to give you a lot of energy. But I do recommend if you're not working out whatsoever, I saw that I'm not sure if your name's cut off, but it's Lao. I saw that she can't work out, so I wouldn't recommend any grains if you're not working out because it's just going to be carbs that are stored instead of burned out for energy. So, um, how bad is Yasmin rice in Japan? Oh, nice, you're in Japan, Michael. Um, yeah, I mean, I would try and stay away from any of the sushi that has white rice on them. Try and I've never really heard of Yasmin rice, to be honest. I'm not sure. Laura, okay. Try not to eat carbs. Good job, Laura. Um, so Yasmin rice is almost all of it. Is that what they use for sushi? Oh, what? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I would try and stay away from it. I would stick to like sashimi and raw fish. I know the rolls are really good, but white rice is just gonna kill you if you're trying to lean down. It's just, well, it's not gonna kill you, but it's gonna ruin your results. Sushi, like the fish in sushi, is very healthy, and so same with the seaweed and stuff. But the white rice is what kills it, and it's also what makes you full. That's pretty much the only reason those sushi places are able to stay open is because if you were just getting raw fish the whole time, they would, like with the all-you-can-eat restaurants, they put that rice in there because I mean, sometimes it tastes good, but it fills you up fast. That's why you can only eat like maybe 3 or 4 rolls and you're done. If it was just all raw fish and seaweed, you'd be there all day just like eating them out of house and home, you know. So I would try and stay away from most of the white rice, and yeah, it's gonna help you out quite a bit. So let's move on to some healthy vegetables that I really like to eat. Um, I think my top pick for vegetables is going to be broccoli. Broccoli has tons of nutritional value. Make sure you don't cook it. Um, I just eat it plain with maybe a little vinaigrette dressing, or I mean, I try and stay away from any ranch dressings or anything like that. But broccoli has a ton of nutritional value. It's going to be very healthy for you. And then my second choice for vegetables is going to be spinach. Just like Popeye the Sailor Man, you know, spinach is absolutely amazing for um, basically just staying lean and getting all those nutrients you need into your body to make it work properly. Um, and then apples are going to be one of my favorite snacks that you can just, I mean, you can always bring apples with you everywhere. And it also is really great to eat apples before you go work out. They do give you quite a lot of energy, and it's barely any calories. You get nutrients in them, and they taste good too. So I would say that apples are one of my top picks. Um, Michael asked, can the broccoli be steamed slightly to soften it? You know, I really like steamed broccoli too, but it does take out a lot of the nutritional value if you totally boil it. If you just steam it a little bit, that's a little better. It's going to keep some of it, but it's definitely the healthiest if you just eat it raw. So it's kind of up to you. I mean, if you're eating a ton of broccoli, maybe steam it. That way you're getting more in. But and then spinach cooked. I just eat spinach like a salad. I'll put my favorite salads. This is what you do. I actually have a video on YouTube. You can see what I did. But you get boneless, skinless chicken breast. Bake it in the oven for about 25 minutes. Put spices and stuff on there. Also, put some mushrooms in there and bake those with the chicken. Okay. You're gonna slice it up into little strips and then throw it on a bed of spinach. Add avocado in there for healthy fats, and then you can also add some nuts in there if you want. And then last but not least, I'll add some little bit of tomatoes in there, and it's super tasty and really good for you, and it'll fill you up as well. So, does it matter which apples you eat? I usually eat. I mean, it doesn't really matter too much. I like red apples because they're a little sweeter, but um, they do contain a little more uh, natural sugars in them. So I would say green apples are a little healthier, but red apples taste a little better. I mean, they're healthy as long as you're not eating like 10 apples a day, you know. Just if you had like one or two apples a day, it's really gonna help you with your diet, and they have a lot of fiber in them too, so it'll keep your system flushed out and everything else like that. Now, also let's talk about protein shakes, because protein shakes are a great way to basically, for those of us who are on a busy schedule, they're a great way to get that protein that you need as a snack. And you can just mix up a protein shake real fast in a shaker cup, bring it to work with you. So let's get thoughts on what your favorite proteins are, protein shakes. Like I say, it just seems to boot me off with no warning. Sorry about that again. Um, but am I still on? Okay, there we go. So, name some of your favorite protein shakes. I'm gonna put mine in there. V-shape. So V-shape by Visalis, that's the one I drink. It's only 12 grams of protein, but you got to remember that your body can only absorb about 40 grams of protein at a time. So I like to get most of my protein from natural sources and not all of it from protein shakes. So that's why I stick with the Visalis that has a Trisor blended protein. I really love it. Super lean protein. Uh, Brock's taking True Mass. Awesome. Yeah. If you're trying to gain, Brock, that's one of the ones I always recommend to people is the BSN True Mass. It's a great whey protein. And then Muscle Milk Light or EAS. Also drinking Shakeology by Beachbody. Okay. So Shakeology is good. I used to actually sell Shakeology. Um, Shakeology, I've found that it does like give you gives you gas sometimes, but it's all superfoods, so Shakeology is a great one too. It's a little expensive, that's why I don't sell it anymore. I sell the V-shape because it's affordable for everyone and it's a great protein. So um, let's see. And Muscle Milk Light, Michael. Um, it doesn't have too much sugar, but I kind of watch out how much of that I drink. Sometimes I'll have it at the gym if I forget to bring my protein shakes. But I definitely prefer something a little leaner source of protein. The muscle milk doesn't absorb into your muscles very quickly like other proteins, so just watch out for that stuff. Um, does V-shape give you gas? No, I don't get gas from V-shape. Shakeology I got it from. I got it from. What else was I drinking that I got it from? I was drinking. What was it? It was uh, the GNC was it Gold Whey Optimum? That one kind of gave me a little bit of gas, but I was also mixing it with other stuff, so I'm not sure if that's what it was. But yeah, you guys can actually go check out the V-Shape if you wanted to. I believe I don't have the screen pulled up that you guys are seeing, but there's a little banner that says Body by Vi 90-day challenge. It's like a cool like green photo. If you click on that, it'll lead you to my website for the V-Shape and to start the 90-day challenge if you wanted to do that with me. So you can go and check that out. Um, only been on V-Shape for 3.5 weeks, and I like it much better than Chick-fil-A. Hey, what's up, Brandon? I didn't know if it was you that Brandon Demai, right? Yeah, so Brandon, you guys, has been on V-Shape for 3.5 weeks. And how much have you lost now, Brandon? You did, I think you lost like, what, 14 pounds? You're down something crazy, 10 pounds. Yeah, in 3.5 weeks. So that's that's nice, steady weight loss. And the thing is with that, he's actually leaning out while he's losing weight as well. He's not just like shriveling down into. He's not losing muscle weight as well. He's because he's getting that protein in there. Like a lot of meal replacement shakes, they don't really have any protein or anything. So he's actually gaining muscle while he's losing weight. So it's awesome. Yeah, and I love this web show because we can all support each other and like really like see what we're doing with our goals and our results for anything we're doing. It's really like a nice group of people that help each other out. So thanks guys for being there for each other when I'm not able to be on the internet all the time. It's awesome to see that. Yeah, 10 pounds in 3 weeks is great, Brandon. So congrats on that, buddy. Awesome. Yeah, Michael, I would check it out. Just like I say, click on that banner and you can see all the prices and everything. The whey protein, a bag of the V-shaped shake is only $49, so it's pretty cheap. But let's move on to my 6 diet tips. We're kind of running low on time. I wanted this to be about a half hour long. We've been going for about 26 minutes. So let's get to the 6 diet tips, and then you guys could check out that link a little later after I'm all gone. It's just that banner. It looks like a little green dude with his arms up in the air like that. Um, so you can check that out after. But um, I'm going to start out with drinking water. So drinking water instead of sodas and juices and stuff like that, it's really going to help you lean out because water doesn't have any liquid calories whatsoever, 0 calories. Your body is made up mostly of water, so you need it to stay healthy and feel good. And also, it's going to make you full when you drink a lot of water, so you're not going to want to eat as much. So while you're losing weight and leaning out, water is definitely one of those things that I've always drank a lot of, and not too many people who I was growing up with drank a lot of water. They're drinking a lot of soda, Sprite, apple juice, orange juice, and you got to remember some of those juices that you buy at the store, they have a lot of unnatural products in there, a lot of unnatural added sugar like Sunny Delight and all that stuff. It's not too healthy for you. Water is definitely the way to go. So that would be my number one tip if you're trying to lean out and lose weight is drink water instead of other stuff. It's cheaper, it's tasty. Well, I don't know. Some people hate the taste of water, but I love it. And you're not going to get any calories from it. So tip number one is definitely drink water. Tip number two is going to be eat more frequently throughout the day. And like I said earlier, I know those of you who are busy with work and school have a tough time eating a lot throughout the day. But like I said, have a bag of almonds with you for a snack. Hard boil some eggs that you could bring to work or school with you and just have them in a little baggie. That way you can eat those for a snack. You can have yogurt. You can have an apple. And you can have a protein shake as well. If if you buy some of the V-Shape or any other protein shake that you have, just drink that as a snack. So you'll have your 3 main meals throughout the day, and then you're going to have 3 snacks in between those meals. And that's really going to speed up your metabolism. So that's step 2. Step 3 is eat protein with every single meal. This is going to help you build more muscle, more lean muscle, which is going to help you in return burn more calories when you're working out and going about your everyday life, just walking around, riding your bike. Um, I'm not sure what you guys do for jobs, but if you're doing any construction or anything like that, the more muscle you have, the more calories you're going to burn, and it'll help you lean out. Um, this is a cool little rule that I have for step number 4. It's a little rule I came up with. If you can pick it or kill it, you should be probably eating it. So what that means is instead of going to the grocery store and picking up a microwavable meal or chips or anything in packages, it's basically going to um, is probably, even if it says low fat and low sugar, any of that, what it will probably contain is a high amount of sodium. And what sodium does is makes your body retain more water weight, and that's going to have that bloated look, and especially in your stomach area, you're going to look all bloated, and it's going to just ruin your goals. So what I mean when I say you can pick it or kill it, if it's fruits, vegetables, nuts, you could pick those and they're going to be healthy for you. And then if you can kill it, I'm talking about meats, like lean meats like chicken, fish, steak, lean steak, um, buffalo meat, any of those really lean meats that are going to help you build more lean muscle and lose that weight. So that's my step number 4. Step number 5, this is kind of an optional one for most of you guys who are working out hard. Is I would say for people who aren't working out, step number 5 is going to be to eliminate any grains from your diet. So that means any bread, pastas, any white rice. Just totally get rid of it if you're not working out. If you are working out, only eat those grains, which is going to be a source of energy before you work out, so you burn those carbs off. So maybe the night before you're doing a big run or big bike ride, or really hitting the gym hard, then you can go have some pasta. I recommend having the the multi-grain pasta, the wheat pasta. It's going to be a lot healthier for you, and it actually gives you a little more energy. But yeah, if you're not working out, I would say just eliminate the pasta. It's it's not going to be good for your results. It's just going to make you more bulked up and a little bloated looking, and it's going to get rid of any results that you have with your abs. You're not going to see that definition in your abs. And then last step, I would say, is just get a lot of sleep. Sleep is pretty much crucial when you're trying to build muscle because it's going to basically help you repair your muscles faster if you're getting more sleep. So I know a lot of you can't sleep as much as you would like because of work or school or studying, whatever it is, but try and get at least 5 to 6 hours of sleep 3 times a week, if you can. You know, I pretty much get 7 hours of sleep almost every night because I work from home most of the time, so it's kind of a nice benefit for my health working at home like that. But yeah, sleep is very good. And those are basically my 6 tips that I have for you, diet-wise and kind of um, basically lifestyle-wise, that will help you really lean out, build some good muscle, and help you feel better and look better. So 4 to 5 hours a night, Kevin gets. Let's see, what else we got? Michael gets 6 to 7, a little more. Yeah, so that's good. 6 to 7 hours of sleep is good, Michael. Um, it's 4:30 a.m. here. Well, man, I appreciate you being on the call. That's awesome. Really appreciate it. 6 to 7 for Barack. So I'm gonna let you guys ask me a few questions before we go for a few minutes here, and I'll be happy to answer most of your questions that you have. So just go ahead and ask any questions you have for me in the chat. That way I can answer them for you. We'll start with Brandon. What would you say about your drinks, like beer or mixed drinks? Most of you probably like to have beer or wine every once in a while, and that's okay as long as it's I mean, the problem is most people when they go out to clubs and stuff, they're gonna have like 5 or 6 drinks, and that's what absolutely kills your calorie intake. Like you're drinking so many calories when you're drinking beers and hard alcohols. I would say the best one, if you got a cool event you're going to go to and you want to have some fun and let loose, I would say drink vodka because it's got the least amount of calories. I don't really drink that much at all. Every once in a while, I'll have a nice meal with a glass of red wine. Red wine has resveratrol in it, which is very healthy for your heart. So, like the French, they always drink at least a glass of wine a day, and it actually helps them live longer. Um, but even wine is pretty high in calories and it's not going to help your abs too much. So I would say, if possible, just totally cut out the alcohol. But if you have maybe a thing of vodka or some red wine, or I believe it was Amstel Light is the lightest beer you can drink. I think Budweiser has that low calorie one too. But yeah, just try and drink low calorie beers if you have to. And that's my answer for you, Brandon. And then Michael says, as far as tuna, is canned tuna okay if packed in water? Yeah, canned tuna is fine, Michael. That's all I eat. I eat for tuna, really. I mean, if you can afford it, go to the store and get the. I mean, some places have um, the actual imported tuna from like Hawaii and stuff, and it's really healthy, but it's gonna run you about the same price, maybe a little less than salmon. So if I can ever get that kind of tuna, I would just get salmon instead. So canned tuna and water's fine to answer your question. And then Naomi says, can you eat too much fruit? And the answer to that is yes. Fruit is very healthy when you're moderating it, but if you eat too much, I watched one of my friends in Hawaii. She was trying to lose weight, and so she was like buying all this fruit, and she wasn't getting much protein from meats, and so she was pretty much always hungry, and so she was just like eating fruit all day long. And you got to remember that fruit is healthy in moderation, has a lot of fiber, a lot of nutrients, but it does have a lot of natural sugar. So if you eat too much fruit, you're gonna gain weight. So that answers your question. And then shake almond mix. Oh, Brandon says, oh, Michael caught some. Oh, sweet. That's awesome. Caught some tuna last weekend. Yeah, that's rad. Let's see. I got a few questions here. Eric. Oh, okay. You kind of answered Eric, Brandon. Thanks for that. But Eric asked, what about drinking milk? Where'd it go? What about drinking milk? Do you mix water or milk with protein shakes? I kind of switch it up. If I'm trying to like really lean out, I'll mix my protein with water, and then I mean, it definitely tastes better with milk, so I like to drink a lot of milk. It has a lot of calcium in there too. Um, but it's better if you're trying to really lean out and lose some weight to mix it with water. To answer your question, Eric, and then yeah, like Brandon said, he mixes his with almond milk, which is only 90 calories. Debbie asks, I like to use sweetener like stevia or Splenda. Does the body still process it as sugar? What do you recommend? I like my coffee sweet, however, I actually only have 1 or 2 cups and not every day. I would just use regular sugar, Debbie. That stuff is horrible for you. I have never liked that Splenda stuff. I would just stick to natural sugar if you're gonna have any, or brown sugar. I know that tastes a little funky. Or what you can also do is add honey to your coffee. That'll give you that natural sugar, and it tastes pretty good. So try honey. If you don't like it, just I would switch to natural sugar. Hopefully that helps. And then yeah, and almond milk is really tasty. So no problem, you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and end this show. Been on it for about 40 minutes. So I'm gonna go start my day. Gonna head to the gym here in a little bit. I'm gonna do a little chest workout. I did legs yesterday and just absolutely killed it. Did a bunch of weighted walking lunges and stuff like that. It was pretty fun. So and then Michael asks, I guess that means you disagree with diet drinks. Yeah, I mean, diet drinks they have a lot of that same, like Splenda and stuff like that, and it's not very good. But I hope you guys enjoyed this show. Tell your friends about it. The best thing that you could do for me is recommend my Brad Scott Fitness page to your friends, and that helps me a lot. And I like to help you guys out and help you move in the right direction towards your fitness goals. So thanks a lot for being on the show, you guys. And like I said, tell your friends. Go and check out. That was weird. Yeah, sorry about that. Trying to say bye and it cuts me off short. But yeah, this computer system's being a little rude. So I'm gonna go ahead and go. You guys have a great day. Really hit it hard with your workouts. Focus on those little tips that I gave you. Maybe go to the grocery store and buy some of those foods I was mentioning. And you guys have a great day, okay? We'll see you soon. Bye.